Hey everybody, Anthony here, specialtymotorcars.net. I got you in for another video. This is kind of an odd video, not what I normally do, but I got a couple new video ideas coming up. But this car just came into me, absolutely oddball car for me to have. A little backstory before I show you what this mystery car was that I was trying to surprise everybody with on my Facebook channel, and I posted a picture on my YouTube channel as well a couple days ago. So I bought a 3,500 mile car. It's a 2002 model year. Bought this car sight unseen out of California. That's how I normally buy my cars. I never see them in person. I buy them online via pictures, however I get the cars. This car got to me and is in, as I would expect, condition for a 3,500 mile California car. What I didn't expect is what I found when I started peeling back the layers of the onion on this car and kind of dissecting it and seeing what was in this car. And I have a little bit of a surprise under the hood. I didn't know this car came with it, but the car came with a what I see as a $3,500 to $4,500 WHIPPLE SuperCharger. So this car was a naturally aspirated engine to start with, and I bought it sight unseen, 3,500 miles. Got the car here just a few days ago out of California. Opened the hood. I still didn't even realize it. I drove the car, I opened the hood, I looked at it, I'm like, wow, what's this sticker? Oh my goodness gracious, look at this. So a lot of you have been guessing all week what this car could be. I'm gonna show you, it's right behind me here. Thanks for all the guesses. Let's take a look and see what I got myself into. All right, everyone, here's the car, and as you can see, like I said from my introduction, this car has a WHIPPLE SuperCharger installed. So when I bought this car, I didn't know this whole package came with this car. I've had a lot of people guessing about this car based off the sticker that you see right here, WHIPPLE SuperCharger Systems. So I'm assuming this was installed in this car. I had a lot of guesses. A lot of people went by the color, thinking they knew what kind of car it was. I had a few guesses in the right direction, but I want to show you this 3,500 mile car and show you what I didn't know I bought. Here it is, a 2002 Chrysler PT Cruiser Touring Edition, 3,500 original miles. Just to start the video off, this isn't a for sale video. I'm not trying to market this car right now unless you have some crazy obsession with this thing and have to have it. If that's the case, let me know, because I'd much rather sell it now. But I'm looking to see what your input is, what your opinion is about this car. It's a 2002 Chrysler PT Cruiser with a WHIPPLE SuperCharger, but that's not all this car has. It has a lot of other oddities to it. And I want to get your opinion of what I should do with this car. Should I fix it, bring it back to stock-like condition, because that's how I normally sell my cars, you know, original as it came from Chrysler? Or should I let it go the way it is? Should I advertise it and market it just the way it is as you see it here? But let me show you some of the oddities with this car. So obviously, the WHIPPLE SuperCharger is the first. That's kind of like a nice little sleeper performance package upgrade. The next thing that you see on this car, on a normally stock exterior, is Woody the Woodpecker. Now, not only is there one hand-painted, beautifully hand-painted Woody the Woodpecker on this car, we come around to the passenger side, and there's a second Woody the Woodpecker painted on this door. Now, that would have fit very nicely if it had the wood panel package on the side of this car. But just to top it off, but wait, there's more. There's Woody the Woodpecker, again, a full mascot of Woody the Woodpecker painted on this car. Now, when I bought it, I did see this Woody the Woodpecker. I didn't see the side doors, as crazy as that was. So I saw Woody the Woodpecker. I saw this license plate frame, making friends with ham radios, figuring this has got to be an old person's car. 3,400 miles on this car, California car. There has to be some weird story behind it. But little did I know that it was wired, got switches, got fake hood scoops. I didn't know that. Didn't know it had a WHIPPLE SuperCharger. Didn't know I had quote-unquote performance exhaust. Let me show you that in a minute. And I didn't know it had all the stuff that I had. So it's a California car, absolutely no rust under it, and you can tell somebody really cared for this car and babied this car. If you look at the bumpers, normally these bumpers start to dry out and you see a weird line. It almost looks like a tape line. This car is absolutely perfect. There's no fade on the bumpers, so you know it was in a garage. You know the car was stored well. Another way to tell is like the finish on the wiper arms. Really nice and glossy. You don't usually see that on cars that weren't garaged. Crazy high performance hood scoop that this car has. This adds, it has to be at least 10 miles, 10 horsepower, because the air induction in this hood scoop, I mean, this car goes so fast with this supercharger on, you can see it even blew some of the screen away for the induction part of the cowl here. So this car is a crazy high performance automobile. Woody the Woodpecker just seals the deal. Now, let me show you some of the stuff on the inside. But again, let me know below what you think I should do with this thing. Should I Woody the Woodpecker it? Should I supercharge it? We'll open up the doors here. I'm going to show you what it's like inside. Relatively stock looking PT Cruiser. Very nice. Smells like a new car. Came with this nice umbrella. A nice little pillow here. Now, one of the first things you see in the back seat is a plug and some weird buttons and knobs. Didn't really know what that was all about until you come to the front, where you see a lot more weird buttons and knobs. You look under the seat. I don't even know what that is. It looks like an amp of some sort wired under the seat. Let's get behind the seat here. You can see 3,519 miles on this car. And now here comes the crazy stuff. You can see all the gauges that were attached to the dashboard of this car. We have a boost gauge for the supercharger. This is an air-fuel ratio gauge. I mean, amperage gauges, oil pressure gauges, temperature gauges. Over here, which is kind of crazy, 2-volt gauges. This car is absolutely wild. I kind of knew that this was here. I could see it in the picture, and I figured some old man got a little carried away, but I didn't know what it was all for. You can see up on the dashboard here, it's all wired in, but that's a trickle charger that's wired in as well, and couldn't go through life without a ham radio. In the glove compartment, again, hardwired in there. Christine on the dashboard here. I'm thinking that that was the car's name. But a lot of this stuff, I don't even know what this stuff is for. I mean, look at these buttons. I've been pushing them, switching these switches. Nothing happens. We'll start it up. Yeah, that exhaust roar. Now, the cool thing with this car, and I didn't even know what these were for. I still don't know what this is for. I don't know what it does. But this guy pulls out, and I'm like, what the heck is this? So I followed it. They routed it through under the hood of the car and underneath the car. Listen to the exhaust. This, I believe, is what the stock exhaust kind of sounds like. You pull this out. There's an exhaust valve in this car to make the exhaust sound more, I have no idea, high performance. Sounds like there might be a little bit of a leak, but it does have the factory exhaust under it. Again with that, because I can feel it coming out right here. That's all the factory system. And then it's got this dump tube. I'll show you that in a minute, which is absolutely crazy. This is where the car gets a little stranger, folks. So in the back here, we have a nice set of jumper cables. Removable tray flips up. We'll take that out of the way for now. Set that down around. And you see this crazy battery pack. Now, from a few people that I've talked to, this has something to do with ham radios taking a lot of power. You can see here, it even has a little thing to show how the battery's charging. Power inverter, all wired into the car. Now, this is where anybody under the age of 18 shouldn't be watching. This is wired in with this crazy prototype fuse box that does absolutely nothing. I don't know what this does. But, gentlemen only, please. Uh-oh, hello. Who's that in there? I don't know. Got a little girlfriend hanging out in there. We'll leave her in the box. We don't want to take her out. She looks like a homewrecker. So look at this thing. This is an absolutely beautiful stock on the outside-ish looking PT Cruiser with this crazy setup. I mean, this thing is wired like absolutely crazy. You see it's got the supercharger here, dual overhead cam, cold air intake. Let me shut it off for a second here so you can probably hear me a little better under the hood. Dual overhead cam, 4-cylinder, cold air intake, Whipple supercharger, the whole setup. It even has all the Whipple ECM, but all those gauges are all wired into this car. So I have to do a lot of peeling back to get this car, to get this car put back to stock. I don't know what to do with this thing. If there's anybody out there in the PT Cruiser world that knows anything about what I'm looking at and what I should do with this thing, let me know. If anybody has any interest in the car, you can give me a call. I'm gonna do some thinking on it, see what I want to do with this thing. But yeah, this is a car that showed up sight unseen. I don't know if this is one of the downfalls with buying a car sight unseen. I'm really not sure. But this is what I have to deal with. So I don't know what to do with this car. Let me know in the comments below. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Obviously, anybody who is one of my longtime subscribers know that this isn't the type of car that I normally sell, but everybody knows I like low mileage. So hey, why not give it a shot, right? 3,400 miles, that's what I had to do. So obviously, got to take you for a test drive in this thing, because this thing is absolutely out of this world. That's not even like a quarter of the throttle. I wasn't trying to mash on it, but this thing's got a little bit of get up and go to it. What? She boots. 3,520 miles on this car. The best part of this car, when I got this thing, I turned the radio on, and the CD that was in the CD player, legit, no lie, was from Smokey and the Bandit, Eastbound and Down. With the ham radio, I just had to absolutely stop laughing, because what are the chances of something like that? Absolutely crazy. Take it out on the main road here, give it one last whip with the Whipple supercharger, and yeah, tell me what you think. My name's Anthony, and this is Specialty Motor Cars here in Pelham, New Hampshire. I'm going to try to bring you some new, different style videos. Obviously continuing on with my for sale videos, but just to spice things up a little bit. Crazy stuff like this, so you know what I deal with on a daily basis. Anyways, again, thanks for watching, everybody. Thank you for all your loyal support on the channel. My name is Anthony. Number here is 978-930-1004. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram as well. I post a lot of cool, up-to-date things on Facebook, sneak peeks of my cars. But you can also catch me on Instagram, Specialty Motor Cars NH. Gonna get this thing back to the shop, and I'm gonna try to figure out what to do with this supercharged PT Cruiser. Alright, living in the fast lane in my Chrysler. Prowler, not Prowler. I wanted a Prowler, but I got myself a nice PT Cruiser.